Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So, when we last left our heroes, having finally made their way to the Presage mines, they faced off against the mine's security. Two hulking warforged guarded the mine's entrance, refusing to allow our heroes inside. A fight ensued but was stopped short as a man in a fancy robe called the warforged off from their attacks. He introduced himself as Talbot Rispin, foreman of the mines, and referred to Ollie as young master. Turning to the group, Ollie finally revealed his truth, that his name was not Oliver Sprocket at all, but in fact, Ollie Presage. Son of Lucius Presage, head of one of the 13 families of industry that virtually ran the economy of Arel. Eli lashed out at Ollie as Lucius was the one to take Eli's parents from him so many years ago. Ollie assured Eli that he knew nothing about it and only knew his father as a good man. With an uneasy alliance, the party moved into the control room of the mines. There, Talbot explained that they had not had any luck finding the mineral known as Drellium, as the lowest parts of the mine was home to a legendary beast known as the Grisulk. When the party asked to be brought to the area, at first Talbot refused as to not bring Ollie into harm's way. However, after Lucy was able to magically persuade Talbot, he eagerly led the party downwards. However, prior to going down, Eli engaged one last time with Talbot, this time alone. Talbot revealed that he knew of Eli's parents, Dolly and Bruno, from many years ago, and that they did not seem persuaded or forced to venture downwards into the lower chambers of the mine, but instead seemed eager. Finally making their way to the lower recesses by way of mechanical lift, Pavo was overcome with a strange vision. Two individuals bound by a red-skinned, horned individual. And awakening from his trance, he found he was no longer able to use his wings. As the lift came to a rest, the party found themselves in a massive cavern, the Cavern of the Grisulk. After making their way through the caverns, they finally found themselves into a giant dome, seemed to illuminate, filled with crystals, a large river running through it. And at the top of a plateau of stones, a large archway with two golden doors in the center of it. As they began to cross the riverside, a bright light emerged from the water's deep, blinding almost all of the players for a moment, before the hulking Grisulk finally made its way to the top. A fierce battle ensued, some of our heroes taking massive amounts of damage, some even falling to that. However, as the wards of defiance, they were able to overcome in their darkest hour and defeat the Grisulk in its spot. Before they were able to collect themselves, the doors from the golden archway began to swing open wide, blinding them with an even brighter light than before, as two individuals, silhouettes, began to walk forward. And so, our story continues. Players, as the sweat drips down from your bodies after a vicious fight against the Grisulk, you stare up at these two individuals. They seem to tower over top, easily 9 feet tall. You still cannot make out their identifying features, as they are still high above the platform. One of the individuals motions you to come forward. What would you like to do?
We got this far, and we should just go forward. I'm sure they're not threatening.
Yeah,
Sure,
let's go, guys.
but I might need a human shield. Ugh. Lucy looks really rough right now.
Oh.
Oh.
I could
Here,
give you a
let me
hug.
see.
Oh, that would just be so wonderful. I'm sure that would cure all my wounds.
Okay. Alara will give him a hug.
I
Do you
could
feel better now?
probably
So much
help out
better.
with something. I just worked out something on my own. I feel invigorated enough to do this, and I'll cast Mass Cure Wounds.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Strangely enough,
Wow.
Ollie holds on to his holy symbol as it almost seems like he sucks the light in from the City of Gold. As it begins to shine brightly over top of his holy symbol, a dome begins to appear around him, filled with light, a beautiful gold flecks that seem to fall like snowflakes over top of all of you. As you suddenly begin to feel revigorated, like you've never have before.
Everyone gets 17 health.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Nice.
That is helpful.
What would you like to
Okay.
do?
Shall we?
Mm-hmm.
As you
Guess we'll start
sludge
walking.
As you sludge through the riverbed, you take a moment to climb up the plateau, not very difficult as it almost seems like large staircase that leads up to the golden archway. As you begin to make yourselves closer and closer to these individuals, their features and faces suddenly become apparent to you. Both of them, two beautiful, unquestionably women. Twins, it seems. Both having bald heads with skin completely made of gold. While their armor doesn't seem long on either of their arms, it does create a blockage over top of their vital organs, each of them holding massive spears also made of a dark gold color. As you approach within 5 feet of them, they both smile at the exact same time, and in perfect unison, welcome you. We have been awaiting you, champions. We are so glad that you are here. We are Denisa, guardians of this sacred place, the gatekeepers to all that is. There is someone expecting you inside. Will you join us?
Who's expecting us?
Our leader.
Who's your leader?
Questions best answered by her.
Okay.
Well, no time like the present then.
Are we the first to ever come inside?
No. As they
Raoul
both turn
Gulp.
and begin to walk through the doorways, will you follow?
Yep. Yeah.
I will. Yeah.
I wonder if they had something to do with that monster we had to fight.
Maybe it was a test.
Maybe.
Definitely felt like a test.
Felt a bit rough for a test.
Mhm.
I don't know, but I'm nervous.
Guess they didn't want just anybody walking in here.
Yeah, it's true. I think we'll be okay. This is what we came here for, right? So we got to see it through.
We're about
Right.
to find out.
Mm-hmm.
As you begin to pass through the doorways, you too are bathed in light. Slightly squinting, allowing your eyes time to adjust from the dark cavern that you were just in. That was not as smooth as I was hoping it was.
That helped.
As your eyes adjust, you find yourselves being led down a grand hallway. Statues of each of the previous champions line the corridors. An ever-growing light radiates from the opening at the other end of the hallway. You hear and feel a soft breeze bellow from the opening as you pass through. Just before, you take your first glimpse of the City of Gold. An underground utopia that beams with beauty. You stand at the top of the rim of a large basin. Subterranean rivers find their way to mouths of caves that cascade into waterfalls over the side down into the basin below. The entire canyon is well lit by what looks like a small sun that rests at the highest peak of the center of the cavern. And far below, a giant tower made of a glimmering gold stands in the center of the basin. One of the Denises motion you towards a small golden vessel. As you enter, the doors close behind you. She gives a slight smile as the vessel begins to lift off. Welcome
Kind of like shudder.
to Tabitha. The vessel, seemingly floating up in the air, slowly cascades over the top of the rim as it bows down directly into the basin below. As you look down, there you find yourself in what could only be described as a living masterpiece, painted with the most vivid of pigments. Beautiful, untouched gardens filled with creatures of all kinds. Some look timid, while others seem ferocious. And yet, they seem to live in perfect harmony in this place. As you garner closer towards the tower, you see that it is a colossal building far larger than the perspective you saw from above. Strange carving like magical ruins, very foreign to anything you've seen before. Embedded deep within the building, you see a green glow that looks like that of sparkling jade or emerald. And as the vessel begins to slow as you approach what looks like a hanging dock at the upper part of the tower, a harmonic whiz is heard as the ship begins to break and come to a stop. The door opens once more as the Denises lead you into a large archway towards the building.
This place is unreal. I
This is
can't believe we're here.
It's amazing. It's so beautiful.
It is very
Guys.
I
impressive.
imagine.
Hear me out here.
Okay.
Are y'all sure we survived that fight?
Hmm.
I mean, I didn't take
Are
any
you
hits.
asking if we're dead right now? Come on.
I mean,
Bobby. I'm
let's-
gonna slap him. Do you feel that? You're alive.
You guys would know better than I did. I mean, I lost my consciousness a bit there.
Yeah.
I
How
don't
does
know.
all this
All I
stuff
know
work?
is we got in a terrible fight. I don't remember much of it. And then some golden arches opened, and now we're looking into what looks like a paradise of some kind. So
I mean, it is what we were
just
looking
double
for.
checking here. I would say pinch me, but I think that slap did plenty. Well, thank you, Trix.
Yeah, I think we made it. We made it.
I mean,
we're here.
Plus, but it looks amazing. But I mean, we still don't know. Maybe it just appearances. There could still be things lurking. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I'm pretty confident this is it.
Me
I
too.
mean,
What
the
I don't
entrance
under-
was my vision. Like I envisioned the entrance, so it's got to be correct.
Yeah.
I mean, look at it.
I'm just wondering why. Do you think that people, we've heard like some people came here, but then they typically don't leave. Do you think it's because it's so amazing here? Or is it
I
dangerous?
think it's because we're dead. I think we're all dead. And
Lucy,
we
we're
won't be
not
coming back.
dead.
Dead.
But you
Not
mean they
dead.
don't leave here, or they didn't leave the giant monster that was guarding it?
I don't know.
maybe
Yeah,
both.
Who knows? But it's a
Maybe it's both.
possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there'll be people here who just chose not to leave. Maybe you can't leave.
Well, maybe time here is different to where they feel that maybe they just still got here and they don't realize time has passed.
Oh, maybe.
I'm gonna check my hourglass.
I was gonna say necklace check.
Yeah, what does mine look like?
Seriously, Ollie?
No, it's fine. It
Because
looks
yours
good to me.
has changed.
It has? I'd take a double look.
As you look down at your necklace, any silver part of it seems to be melting away as a gold, what you would recognize as beryllium, now begins to coat over top of your holy symbol. To Alara,
Guys,
sorry, go ahead.
I was just, guys, something did happen to my symbol. Look, it's covered with what I believe to be drellium. Like, I guess everyone should be checking their possessions. This is different.
Okay.
Alara
what
and
that
Lucy,
means.
as you look at your necklaces, the sand has seemed to have stopped, dripping downwards or upwards, respectively, for both of you. However, it now this beads and grains of sand stand in stasis, almost like a winter's day frozen in time as it begins to swirl around in the upper and lower areas of the hourglass, respectively.
Well, I think that pretty much confirms the time thing here. The time's working differently.
I think my necklace confirms we are definitely in the Golden City. Why else would it be covered in drellium?
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll find some answers down here then.
Yeah. I think we will. Do we know who their leader is? Did we get that information yet or no?
It just said
Oh,
her.
we have to hear
yeah.
it from her.
Okay, I was just checking my notes.
I don't
Lars.
know if we were ever told who the leader of the Golden City was.
Okay.
They said to ask her.
Okay. Well,
Do you two have names?
Denisa.
Denisa.
That's what the name of the blanket name of all of them is. Ask if they too personally have names.
They turn back to you, towards you, already partially inside of the archway leading into the building, and in unison once again say, Denisa.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Kind of creepy.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Just a bit further up, I take it then?
Yes, please proceed.
All right. Feels like another one of those point of no return moments, but shall we?
Luckily, we've always returned, so
yeah.
Well, I don't know if Lucy's convinced of that, but
Well,
the
my
good
cheek
news
still
is-
stings, so I think so.
Lucy, the good news is that if we are dead, then we're all here together still. That's kind of awesome.
wow, even in death, Alara.
Of course.
For eternity.
As you begin to make your way past the dock and into the city, into the building proper, Eli, you begin to feel woozy for a moment as a vision overcomes you.
Uh-oh. Oh, I don't know about...
Your vision goes dark as blips of light begin to pop up all around you. You realize you are now staring into a starscape, as beautiful as the night sky with no light. A constellation begins to take form in front of you, that of what looks to be a woman, holding two jugs. One she is pouring directly into what looks like a pond, the other just outside in a meadow. You stare towards it, feeling this sense of kinship. This sense of charisma. Eli, until the next fate card is drawn, your charisma score is now 20.
Oh.
Don't mind if I do.
You have as much charisma as I do now.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Suddenly, Eli becomes very attractive to everyone, including Ollie.
Nice.
As your vision returns back to you, you look around at your companions, realizing that you've still been walking forward. Lucy seems to have a strange look on his face as his nose begins to twitch.
All happens all at once. Oh boy, here we go. 19.
Oh no.
Every time.
Oh.
Every
Oh,
time.
no, every time he laughs.
As Lucy gives out a loud sneeze, he holds his nose forward, breathing in from allergies, dust, who knows. However, as he begins to remove his hands from his face, small feathers begin to grow out of his chin. Quicker and more rapidly as his entire face becomes filled with a bead of feathers. Beard of feathers.
What do you think, Pavo?
Looking good.
Honestly, do you mean it? Is this a good look?
Of course.
Yes.
I feel like I can make it work. I don't know.
A good look for a
mean-
chicken.
Yeah, at least you're not sneezing right now. It proves it's not Pavo that's making you sneeze.
So he just has a beard of feathers, or is he a bird?
No, he just has
Beard
a
of feathers.
large
Okay,
beard
okay.
of feathers. And for the next 3 days,
Ooh.
they will slowly mulch and fall out, leaving a trail behind Lucy wherever he goes.
Don't worry, you get used to it.
That's comforting. Thank you, Pavo.
Oh boy.
So there go first impressions.
You sure you don't want to shave before you meet this lady?
I guess I could give it a shot. I'll try to pluck out one of the feathers.
As you reach up and pluck out one of the feathers, you take 1 point of don't do that damage.
Yep. No, I think it'll stay. It's fine.
It'll be fine. They've been waiting for us. They said specifically they've been waiting for us.
Well, I hope they recognize me.
They will.
What color is it?
What color's the beard?
Yeah.
I don't know, Lucy, why don't you go ahead and describe the beard for us?
So it is blonde, sort of like his hair for most of it, and whereas like green tattoo is, there's just a streak of green feathers.
Dope.
You can make that work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It matches
oh, yeah.
you. It's kind of like
So
that time you
drawing
got
that.
wings. Remember? You just got the wings and the beard separately.
Apparently,
Yeah, that was-
Lucy secretly wants to be me.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
he keeps
turning
turning
into a
into a bird.
I think
Truth
that's what
is
we all
coming
learned here.
out.
I really don't think that's it.
Well, it's hard to say otherwise.
Well, I mean, he's been a cow, now he's going to be a chicken. It's my intention and
Clearly
over the
did.
rest of the campaign to turn Lucy into as many barnyard animals as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm clearly
Take
not
it
a
back.
For it.
clearly have identity issues is what it is.
Laura's gonna lean over to Pavo and say, "Now's your chance to get him back if you pluck his feathers. Just say whenever you think you want to."
Thanks, but no thanks. That hurts when that gets pulled.
Wow. You're such a good person, Pavel. You want me to do it for you?
Yeah. You can do whatever you want if it makes you happy.
Okay. Alara will go over to Lucy and pluck out a feather.
So
Wait,
Alara
now I'm
walks-
gonna get
will
blamed for
attempt to
that too
stop
now,
her.
aren't I? Because I didn't stop her.
You guys are ridiculous. All right. Well, I think this calls for a grapple roll. So, Lucy, go ahead and roll either dexterity or strength. Alara, go ahead and make a strength check for me.
Ooh,
Acrobatics
this is bad.
and athletics.
Don't worry, it's a nat 1.
Oh yeah, I rolled an 11, so
And by the way, those two rolls were actually sponsored by none other than Fal and GF Powers. Thank you so much, gentlemen. We really do appreciate it.
thank you for giving us this beautiful moment.
Thanks for the nat 1.
Okay. Eli will be. Oh, wait. I'm charismatic. Okay, ready? You guys, I think we should get going.
Strangely
Eli.
enough, a brisk wind seems to just caress through Eli's hair as it waves beautifully in the air.
Wow,
That-
Eli, your hair looks really good today.
Thank you.
All of a sudden, he's
Wow.
Rico Suave. It's too good for Alara now. I mean,
Shall we, my friends?
20.
With
Yeah, I
perfect
just wanna give-
stature.
I just
Go
want to
ahead.
give the feather to Pablo, though. Here, Pablo,
Oh,
this is
jeez.
for you.
I didn't have enough.
Oh yeah, Lucy, you take another
I'll-
point of feather damage.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
Um,
It's already hurt. Thanks, guys.
I'll reach out, grab it. Thank you. And I'll reach into my bag and I'll put it with the other bag of feathers she got me a while ago.
In case you run out, of course.
Yes, my collection. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome, Pablo.
The hell am I
Shall
going to
we
do with this
continue?
group? As you begin to enter into the building, you're taken aback by what you see. A large room that makes up the entire floor of the tower. It seems to be filled with science and magics far beyond anything of your comprehension. Dials and levers, buttons and switches with individuals manning the consoles. Closer to the top of the room, closer to the ceiling, you see a number of glass panes in the shape of diamonds that seem to float effortlessly in the air. As you come closer, you see moving images of some places you've seen before, and others that seem foreign, that seem to be projected over top of these panes of glass. And standing closer to the other end of the room, directly in the center, you see a woman. As you approach, the Denisas speak up. They have arrived, Ryu. Raya, not Ryu.
I was like, oh, what?
What a twist, eh? The woman slowly starts to turn around. By any other means, she looks like a high elf. Pointed ears and flawless complexion, but as pale and smooth as porcelain. She's clad in a somewhat revealing golden threaded dress that shimmers with a bit of dark swirls as she moves around. Along her left ear you see a multitude of piercings, all adorned with beautiful gold loop earrings connected with a single thin golden chain. She smiles towards you as you enter.
As she smiles at us, I'm going to go ahead and twirl the feathers are in my mustache.
Make a charisma check for me.
You got it.
Just straight charisma.
19.
19, as Rhea looks towards you at first with a little bit of a shocked look on her face. Her eyes seem to soften after, as a bit of a smile graces her face. She gives a bit of a wink. Catching herself in the moment, she looks to the rest of you. Welcome home, champions. We've been expecting you. She lifts her head towards the Denises. Please let the doctors know that our guests have arrived. The two guards nod their heads before turning and leaving. My name is Rhea, leader of the Guardians. No need for introductions from your side. I'm well aware of each of you. I've heard many of your exploits in great detail. The battle on a mighty ship, lost to the island of the south, fighting your way against a cultist leader and defending the city of Trellis. As I said, I know much about all of you. Well, and she points toward Shade. All but you, of course.
I just look at her and say nothing. Just remain quiet.
A man of few words. I can respect that. It is an honor and a pleasure to meet all of you. I'm sure you have many questions, to which I'll be happy to answer what I can. But first, there's someone that has been waiting to see you. Please, walk with me. She wraps her hands around her back and begins to lead you to a large glass tube in the center of the room. As she approaches, a golden disc floats down from somewhere up above, stopping level with the floor. The glass begins to shift and crack in perfect brick formation before doors begin to slide open. Rhea stops just before the opening and turns back to you with a smile and motions you all inside.
Go inside.
Let's go. Yeah. Your dress is beautiful, by the way.
She leans over to you and very quietly says, "So is yours."
My God, Bobby.
Stay in character.
Eli is kind of like, he's visibly freaking out. He's very, very nervous, and he's going to hesitate. If everyone else is getting on, he's going to hang back a little bit.
I'll turn back. Eli, come on. What are you doing?
What if it's them?
Your parents?
Yeah.
Great.
Then that's great. Come on. Here, take my hand. She'll
He's
reach her
gonna
hand
kind of like shrug her off a little bit. He's gonna be like, "You guys don't understand. Back at the mines, I found out that they left by themselves."
Okay.
Well, this will
But-
give you your answers of to why.
What if they don't want to be found? What if they left me on purpose?
What if time moves differently here and they didn't realize they left for so long? Just come on, let's go.
Shade makes a good point.
Yeah.
You just come up the elevator, everything should become apparent for you.
God. Eli, it's gonna be okay. And worst case, if things don't go as you want them to, we'll be here for you. And we're a family now. And we're gonna support you through whatever happens. And if they're mean to you, I won't let them be.
He's gonna kind of look at her and like smirk a little bit, and then he'll say, "Okay, all right, let's do this."
Okay.
Besides, you're
Knowing
looking
is-
top notch. You're looking your best right now.
You are.
It's a great time for a reunion.
Why, thank you, Lucy.
No problem, and I'll stroke my beard and
Oh
look
god.
it over my
I'll
shoulder.
I'll like mimic him. I'm gonna mimic him and like try to stroke my peach fuzz.
Surprisingly enough, as Eli begins to stroke his peach fuzz, Lucy, you're taken aback for a minute as it seems like Eli's skin seems to have saturated in the perfect ways where he now has a perfect 5 o'clock shadow.
Lara's
Someone's
just like
having a
looking back,
glow up. Like,
looking at both of them.
so what is happening?
Are we moving on to the elevator?
We're
Yes.
moving on to the elevator.
Stepping gracefully on the elevator with you, Rhea speaks a single word. Down. With barely any movement, the lift begins to slowly lower into the caverns of the tavern, or the tower. Apparently I can't distinguish words today.
You sound elegant while you're doing it. I mean,
You do. You sound like you can distinguish words.
Fantastic. As you pass by a number of levels, you see a blur of motion all around you. Finally, the lift begins to slow its descent once more as it rests on a single level. As the glass in front of you begins to crack and shape directly in a brick pattern once more, it slides open like that of 2 double doors. As you walk out of the lift proper. Surprisingly enough, this room seems very different to the one that you were just in. On the opposite side of the wall, you see what would be best described out of game as an aquarium. A beautiful blue liquid sits inside with white wisps that seem to circle around like that of crashing waves inside of the aquarium proper. Rhea leads you over to the glass wall, and puts her hand on it. They're here to see you, she says out loud. And as she does, one of the white wisps seem to move towards the glass, as it breaches through, penetrating without causing any kind of liquid to fall out. The wisp seems to circle around you for a moment before it stops in front of you. It begins to shift its shape, growing that into that of a humanoid shape. And as the focus seems to clear, you see an old companion. The spitting image of Alcor now stands directly in front of you.
Alcor?
Okay. Okay. The player's freaking out right now.
Alcor!
Alara will just run to him and try and hug him.
As you run towards him, you try and grab onto him but pass directly through. Rhea smiles. I'm sorry, your friend is here, but not in the way that you knew him. Alcor turns around to face you. You can be such an idiot sometimes.
It is him!
Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to say. I'm so sorry that I didn't call your parents and that I've been too scared to and that I didn't tell them what happened. And I don't know. Why are you here? What? I miss
He
you.
raises a
so
finger
much.
to hush you. As he does, he speaks. Yes, I might have died in this land down under, but it was all a game. And as
Are
I
you
say
gonna elaborate
this,
on that?
a quick thank you to our good friend, Dead Aussie Gamer, who has joined us, and to all the raiders. Thank you for joining.
Here.
Hi,
Eh.
There were things that I didn't tell you, Alara, nor any of
I
you.
know.
He turns and faces the rest of the group. Hi, guys.
Hi, Alcor.
Hi.
I knew we were dead. He's just like talking to the rest of the group while looking at Alcor and waving.
We're not dead, Lucy, and I'll give Lucy a hug.
Why is everyone hugging me today?
See? I didn't go through you. We're still alive.
There's things that you need to know. About me. About this place.
Yes, lots of things. Like, what are you?
Well, I only learned that recently. After I perished in the swamps, my vision went dark for a while, before a bright light overtook me. Then suddenly I found myself here, floating in this liquid, and he points back towards it. That's when Rhea explained to me that I was finally home. I always thought I was just an elf like everybody else on Luminador. But I'm not. I'm called a Kalishtar. You see, when we pass, our spirits come back to their place of origin. But considering this isn't our place of origin, I came back to the closest thing I could. Guys, I'm not from here.
What is that? What do you mean? We kind of grew up together.
We did in this life. But I have lived many lives before. He looks over to Rhea, and she nods. Go ahead. You can tell them. He takes a deep breath in. This place, where you stand now, did not originate in this realm. He points towards Ollie. People like him did not originate here. We came here after we were called by the Six. During the battle of the warring gods, they looked to other realms to help them, to help the mortal champions defeat those gods that had just run amok. The Kalishtar and the Warforged do not come from here. We come from a realm called Eberron.
What? Why are you telling us this now?
He always withholds things.
I thought I came from Arel.
You were built here, Ollie. But you did not originate here.
Does that mean I have a spirit?
Yes. You could say that.
Is he from Everon too?
Most of him is from here. But his heart began in Eberron, as did Aldurelium.
So I guess you found all the answers you were looking for then.
Yes. There was a reason I always sought the stars. Because that's where I'm from.
I was making you something. And she'll take out the necklace that she was working on before he died. And she'll say, I was making this for you to help, remember where you came from. And it's got like a little constellation engraved into it of one of the constellations that Alcor would always tell Alara about back in Luminador. Can I give this to you?
He looks over towards Rhea, and again she nods her head as he reaches his hand out with a smile.
Alara will give it to him.
As you reach
You can
outwards... Go ahead.
You can always remember where you came from and who you grew up with.
I'll never forget. And as he grabs onto the necklace, beyond magic, divine, arcane, or natural, you watch as the necklace suddenly becomes transparent, like he is. You lose grasp of it as he pulls it away and puts it around his neck. He holds it up and looks at it. I've seen you do better.
Swiss is loving this.
I know.
What I wanted to tell you all is you need to trust Rhea. What comes next is far greater than anything we've ever faced. She has the answers you're looking for.
What's next?
My time here grows short, and I'll let her tell you that.
No. You just got here. You can't leave again.
He looks down and gives a smile. I do have a very important mission for you, Alara.
What's that?
Tell my adopted parents that I love them immensely. That I'll always miss them. And do me one favor. Stay alive. Someday I'll come back. Flesh and blood just like you. And I hope we can be friends then too.
I'll find you. I'm going to figure out how to time travel and I'll find you.
You're such a nerd.
Yeah.
What do you mean come back? How are you going to get flesh and blood again?
I will be reborn one day. It's just a matter of time.
But will you be you?
In a way, yeah. Might not look the same, but it'll be me. And if you guys are still around, I'll come find you.
Well, whatever form you take, I think all of us look forward to seeing you again.
Thanks, Shortstop.
He'll bite his lip a little bit and nod.
It's time to go.
No.
You all take care of yourself, okay?
Promise.
You too.
Good to see you, Alcor.
Look forward to seeing you again.
Well, until that time...
Wait, before you go, Pinky promised me that you'll find me?
You know we can't touch each other right now, right?
Well, yeah, just push your finger there.
He holds out a pinky finger and smiles before saying, "You're an idiot."
Yeah.
As your finger crosses the threshold of his, it sets off a chain reaction as it passes through. The white becomes wispy once more, as his entire body seems to melt away back into a white mist, before circling you all once more, almost as if giving you a hug, before he passes back through the glass, amongst the other spirits of the Kalishtar.
Looks like he missed us too.
So he'll walk up and put his hand on Alara's shoulder. You're gonna be okay.
Feels like I lost him again. But
At least this time you got to actually say goodbye.
yeah,
Well, I think if this showed us anything, it's that you never lost him at all.
yeah, guys, making me teary-eyed. Yeah. I'm really happy you guys are here with me.
It was good to see him again.
Yeah.
You're an idiot. Pat her on the shoulder.
I know. I know.
Rhea turns to all
there
of
we
you.
are.
Well, like I said, I'm sure you have many questions.
Lucy will look to Eli expectantly.
Well, I think first and foremost, I'm looking for my parents. And the last time they were ever seen, they were in pursuit of this place. Do you know where they are?
Well, you did hear me call for the doctors, did you not?
Are they here?
They should be arriving shortly.
Eli's mouth will just gape, and he'll kind of go into like a trance and start looking at the doors, waiting expectantly. Are they okay?
They're fine.
You guys, I can't believe this is happening. I never thought I would find them.
Me neither.
Very happy for
Thanks,
you.
Trix.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell?
Well, I really didn't. But I'm
Lucy
glad you
will-
did. I mean, congratulations. That's great.
Lucy will
It
lean
just
over to
makes
Trix
it
and
more
be like,
amazing.
to be honest, I was pretty sure they were dead. I'm
Right?
still not
That's
convinced
what
that they're
I know.
not.
That's what I was thinking.
You guys. I mean, I can't think anymore.
It's all right. There's been a question that's been bugging me. Hopefully you can help answer.
Of
What
course,
is it?
Lucy.
It's strange that Alcor would have shown up now, because a question I've been banging around in my mind for a while is that he was a guardian. He was one of the champions, rather, and we'd lost him. Does that mean that we've lost the fight? Does he get a replacement? I don't know what the protocol is. It's my first time being a champion.
She gives a little bit of a snicker as you say this. That's true for some of you. You see, being a mortal champion has nothing to do with who the individual is. It's a title passed on for those who are worthy of holding it. You have become a champion. Your friend Eli has become a champion. Just because you've become a champion does not mean that the circle ends. This world will also always need people to defend it. You have been selected of this era for a very special mission.
I have a feeling we know what that mission is. But it seems so plausible that we have any power to stop it.
Is it Solis?
What a stupid name.
Agreed.
Do you believe
If
that's
Dave
who
came
you're
up
fighting?
with that name.
Whoa. What?
Focus, people.
Do you believe
Well,
that's who you're fighting?
I mean, he's been there every step of the way, every tragedy that's occurred, he's been behind.
Yeah, he's
Unless
been
Who
he's
else
an
would we be
enemy.
fighting?
He's been
Wouldn't
a pain in
surprise
our
me.
butt.
Wouldn't surprise me if he was just a minion or something.
But isn't Solis dead?
No,
I know of.
The body we found wasn't it Solis?
was
and
Daria.
No.
That was
No,
Darius.
that's the body that Solus has been using
that he
in
took.
his image. He's been morphing himself somehow into
What's his real name?
Darius's corpse. I think it was Darius.
No. Solis's real name. Sounds like he picked it.
Yeah.
Solis is a title that was bestowed upon him.
Mhm.
He's had many titles throughout the ages. King from the Jungle, the Lion Savior. That one is closer to the truth than you might know. You see, there's power in a name. When you know the true identity of someone, you learn something. You gain something over top of them. As she says this, she waves her hand as golden letters appear directly in front of you in perfect common, reading the Lion Savior. This was the closest he ever came to his real name. And she holds out a finger as the letters begin to rearrange themselves. as they stop, the words that read in front of you. Resilian Vo.
Come on, I can only handle so many things in one episode.
We always knew this was possible.
Oh my god, I called Resilian. I called Resilian.
You didn't answer. So there's that.
No. This doesn't. No, this doesn't make any sense. Resilian, I knew Resilian, and he was super awesome, and he was a nice person.
And he studied time magic.
So do I. It doesn't mean I
So
want
does
to reset
Solis.
all.
Doesn't he think he's doing? I mean, Solis thinks he's.
Solis
doing
thought he was
good.
doing something good.
Yeah, at first, and then maybe it just corrupted
Maybe
him,
he
you know?
still thinks that.
Maybe he still thinks that, who knows?
Hence why he wants to recruit us because of you. To help fulfill what he's trying to do.
When he tell me, I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense.
Just because he's a bad person doesn't mean everything he does is bad. He could have been kind to you.
Yeah, he was.
Well, he could have also been good then,
Right.
and just went bad.
Time changes everyone, and who knows how long he's been alive.
Would he?
Or go ahead.
Why would he try and destroy Boku?
I think
Why
I can
would he do
answer
any
that
of
for
this?
you. Alara, you have to understand as a mage of time that things work differently. Paradoxes can pop up everywhere. The Resilian you knew was from your timeline. Do you remember the experiment?
Yeah.
It worked. But much farther and much more powerful than he ever thought it could be. He was brought back to a time during the Warring Gods.
Okay.
He met a friend in Orel named Octavo before they made their way here, in search for more time magics and the mortal champions. He actually met one and was able to fall in love, create a family. Her name was Gallia. Gallia broke an oath. It took much time to do so, but they were eventually brought here. Something that the champions were never meant to do. No outsiders were ever supposed to step foot in this place. You see, they were exposed to things here. Things beyond their comprehension at the time, but they wanted to learn. They were so eager to learn. Octavo, he was interested in the sciences and the magics that we've brought in from Eberron, where Resilian was only interested in one thing, the flame of Thule. You see, Thule was a prime dragon of the winds. And he was empowered by the universal aspect known as infinity, time. Have you ever heard the saying, the winds of time?
I think so. Yeah.
That's
I think so.
where it originates from. You see, Russillian would stare into the flame for hours and hours at a time in deep trance, attempting to learn its secrets. And unbeknownst to any of us, the flame drove him mad. He began to speak of an entity known as the Silence, the end of time itself and everything we know in this realm. He was convinced that this entity was closing in, making its way here. Late one night in a drunken stupor, Gallia and Octavo found Russillian attempting to steal the flame for himself, thinking that he could utilize it to defeat this entity that he spoke of. The argument turned physical between Octavo and Russillian. It was at that point that Russillian went too far. He cast a spell that would have caused instant death towards Octavo. And in a moment of desperation, Gallia leapt in front. As the spell faded, the body of Gallia lay motionless on the floor. Danessa finally arrived in time, but it was too late. You see, Octavo and Russillian and Maxon were all banished from Tabitha, their minds stripped of its location. Octavo begged us to let him bury Gallia in her hometown, which we reluctantly agreed to. What I'm trying to say, Alara, is the individual that you know now isn't the individual that you grew up with. He was not your teacher in any way. His mind has been poisoned with what he believes is a great conquest to save everything. He does not fight for harm. He believes he fights for good.
What if he's right, though? What if this silence thing is coming?
We've looked into it, and there's nothing that we can see or have heard of this entity. We believe it's the tricks of Thule, somehow reaching out from him from the flame, like a moth draws to light.
So do you believe Thule is just using him to awaken himself?
Possibly. But there are safeguards in place. Keys that will never unlock Thule's tomb. You all hold a few of them.
And Solis has the rest.
Almost. There are 2 remaining that are not in his possession or yours.
Monastery.
Yes, the Temple of the Eternal Sun.
The other one was
And the
in the
other?
desert, I think.
The 2 that we know are still out there. One goes by the name of the Rift Seeker. A blade so sharp that it can cut through space itself. We know this resides in the temple. The other, unfortunately, is lost to us as well. It's known as the Chef's Fork, a mighty trident from a champion underneath the water. The location has been lost to us, as in his later years the champion, Kagalas, grew weary of the land and wished to return to the oceans. He left Tabitha, never to contact us again. However, we haven't been able to find some rumors of where the location or the knowledge of which could be found.
Do you need us to find it?
Yes. It is the job of the champions to combine the weapons once more.
What are the rumors about its location?
What we've been able to gather is we've heard mentions and rumors of the knowledge being available somewhere in Hansor to the north. Unfortunately, that's all I can answer for you at this point.
But then couldn't we awaken Thule? Why would we want to do that?
Your job is not to awaken Thule, but to hold on to the weapons. Do your best to convince Rusilian that the error in his ways. She looks towards Alara, and then looks down. Or
Maybe I just need to talk to him.
Laura,
Yeah. We have to
I hope-
try.
I hope it's as simple as that, but you need to come to terms that it may not be that easy, and you may have to do something regrettable.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we will.
she looks towards Alara and smiles. You can certainly try.
I will. I
Moose
have
hates
to.
it when the DM says that. Just kidding.
I have to.
As you continue onward with your conversation, you hear a buzzing. Then the buzzing stops. As a familiar voice calls out the name Eli. But that's where we're going to take a short break for the evening.
How are you gonna do me like that?
How you gonna not see that coming?
It's true. It's so true.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for all the bits and subs and all those wonderful things. I'm trying to get us to a point of where we can start rolling the dice and we can shout out our sponsors for the day. But for those of you, Woody, absolutely love you, my friend. Thank you so much for all of your kindness. GF Powers as well as GF Powers again. Thank you so much. And of course, Dead Aussie Gamer, if you're still hanging out in chat, my friend, thank you so much for the raid. And to all the lovely raiders who have joined us, hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves so far. And hey, if you have, consider following along. We do have a giveaway going tonight. If you go ahead and put the command !roll into chat right now, you will be added into the wonderful giveaway thanks to Mithril Armor. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and take a very short break, a little bit of a bio, a little bit of a water break. I encourage all of you to go out there and find your greatest of beverages within your refrigerators, whether they be apple juice, orange juice, coffee juice, or Drellium juice. And Cherry Bombette, if you're out there, my dear, go make yourself some popcorn, because we're in for a hell of a ride tonight, my friend. With that said, guys, we're going to be back in just a few short moments. Stay tuned for the second half of episode 47, The City of Gold. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. What are you guys doing, bunny ears? Crazy people. So, as always, we do a couple questions on break. So we're going to do some rapid fire tonight because we have a whole lot more to cover tonight, guys. If you thought bombs were dropped so far, oh boy, we got some stuff headed your way. So, also we're going to do our giveaway real quick after the questions. One of two. We'll do the first one now. We'll do the one at the end of the episode. So, super quick, fast questions. Dave, great job. How hard was it patiently building that reveal after 47 episodes? You know, it's funny. I planned this out from the very get-go. This episode is what basically started the campaign. Because that's how I work as a DM. I like to be a little bit more narrative. So we've been building to this. The payoff's been amazing so far, and I really can't wait to see where it goes from there. Alara, how are you processing the news of Resilient? Are you going crazy?
Yes. Rapid fire. Yes. I think she's got a lot. She's got a lot to process over the next little bit.
Okay. Trix, you've been thinking about your patron at all while you're down here?
Yes, I've been thinking, wow, this seems like a really great place. There's probably not a lot of dead people.
Fair point. Lucy, can we get a firm commitment on Talkartiv's sketch on Featherbeard and Curled Mustache?
Yes. It's happening.
Perfect. Ollie, first, you are part of a family secret. Now you are not of this world. What's next to your reveals?
Fidget's adopted.
Bum bum bum. Alara, are you finally going to call Alcor's adopted parents?
Well, now she has to find the courage to do it. That's gonna suck.
Yeah, that's going to be a hard call. Just do it drunk like you did in the tavern.
Yeah.
Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Alcor.
Hey guys, it's me, Alara.
Single-handedly
How are you?
responsible for murdering your son. No big deal.
Hey, it's me, Alara. Your son's dead.
What are your highs? What are your lows?
Next
Swiss Dave.
second, Acor's dad just teleports next to her.
Swiss Dave, how did it feel to see Alcor back from the gates of the dead?
Always nice to see Alcor again. It's part of me and I love him. So it's nice to see him again.
Aww.
Aw. Eli, how does it feel to have this much charisma?
Feels good, baby. Real good.
Okay. That was awkward.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too.
DM Dave, how much of the lore did you have to prepare in the last week? Again, not that much. It's been building to this point, and for those of you who have been around for a long time, this is probably the exact midpoint of the campaign at this point in time. Like I said, I've been building this lore for a very long time for those of you who have been watching, and there's a lot more lore that's about to be dropped your way. So we're trying to rapid fire through this as quickly as possible. Careful Cantrip, when are you going to take this show on the road if you come to NY, perhaps a live crossover encounter with the Bards of New York? I would love that. I would unbelievably love that. So Woody, if you're around, hit me up, baby. We got some planning to do if you're up for it.
Just picturing like one of those montages where you go to a new city and you see all the things.
This is going to be a very easy one. Entire cast, take a vote. Do I pour another pint? That one is from our good friends over at Hops and Dragons. Shout out to our good friends Hops and Dragons, as well as Bards of New York. You guys should check out both of them. Hops and Dragons, one of the best podcasts for D&D related content and hoppy beverages at the same time. It's a lot of fun. You want to go check them out. And Bards of New York, another amazing roleplay based D&D game that happen on Monday nights now. They've recently switched over, and yeah, it's hard being the guys that come directly after them sometimes. So the quick answer is yes. Paul, pour another beer. You're gonna need it for tonight, my friend.
Or one for me.
Yeah. Otherwise, you got to change your name to Early Night and Dragons.
All right. So with that said, let's go ahead. Oh, no. Draw the giveaway.
Oh, right, yeah.
Giveaway. Drum roll, please.
Mithril Armory is the best.
Hold on. I got to hit the RNG generator.
Okay, hit it.
Our first giveaway for this evening is one of our newer friends.
Oh.
Congratulations to GF Powers for being the winner of the first giveaway from the evening. We will reach out to you in Discord, my friend, and put that all together and make sure that it is sent off to you post haste. Okay, and with that said, yes, very much congratulations. With that said, we are going to hop back into tonight's episode. Eli.
Present.
Hold on a second. I'm just going to let this linger for a minute.
Oh my gosh. Is your heart racing?
Yes.
What are you doing here? Go back to your room.
You hear your name called out from a familiar sounding voice that you haven't heard in years and years. Your eyes go wide as you slowly turn around and see two halflings standing at the end of the lift. For the rest of you, you see a male halfling, probably in his late 30s at this point in time. Very wild, curly hair that seems to stick upwards. Very chiseled jawline. A beautiful brown leather coat that hangs over a collared white shirt underneath. Around his belt, you see a darker brown with that of what looks like a pocket watch that hangs downward. Beside him stands an immaculate beauty. Porcelain-like features with bright, beautiful blue eyes. You could stare in as deep as the ocean itself. Tiny little freckles all across her nose and her cheeks. She wears a greenish-brown vest with a similar white shirt, less of a collar, with laces that seem to tie up around the front. They hesitate for a moment, waiting for a reaction from Eli. Bruno looks towards you, unsure what to do, what to say, but without hesitation, Dolly pushes past him, calling towards you, "Eli!" She runs and embraces you with a force that only a mother could show.
So Eli, as soon as he heard her voice, I feel like a lot of the time he's trying to act older and bigger and tries to hide his age, but in this moment you're gonna see like child Eli. He's just gonna like immediately start sobbing and just keep repeating like, "I can't believe I found you. I can't believe I found you." And like look to his dad, because I guess his dad's still standing there.
His dad at this point has started to make his way towards you with a big smile on his face.
He'll reach out and almost like stumble over to his dad, and then I kind of imagine them all just like falling together and just like totally losing it, totally elated, and he's just gonna keep repeating, I can't believe I found you. I can't believe I found you.
As you all kneel down on the floor, having lost your use of legs, each and every one of you, you bury your face in your mother's nape for but a brief moment, before looking upward again as you see a tear starting to form in your father's eye. He puts his hand on your shoulder and looks you over, man to man. I'm so
I
proud
thought you
of
were
you.
dead.
Your mother pulls away, tears now streaming down her face. We're so sorry. We're
What
very
happened?
sorry. Rhea speaks up at this point. There's much that you don't know, Eli. Bruno looks and nods his head before looking down towards you. There's things that you were just too young to understand, Eli. We never meant to be gone this long, but we have something to do.
What are you talking about, Dad?
We're part of a group called the Illuminaries.
We know that name. We heard about them
Well,
when we were in Trellis.
You might also know that the head of this organization is Lucius Presage.
We do know that.
You've learned a lot, kid. You're doing good.
Thanks, Dad.
This organization of ours, it's hard to explain in detail, but essentially what we're here to do is ensure that Qatar stays safe. This
But-
goes back farther than you can imagine, Eli. When Octavo left this place that we're in right now, he created this society, a secret society, I guess you could call it. Its sole purpose was to ensure that if Risilian ever came back, there'd be a way to fight him off. A way to make sure that Thule doesn't return.
Well, what's that have to do with us? Why did you leave? You didn't even tell me.
Does my father know you're here?
Yes, Ollie, he does.
And you know
The
my
night
name?
we left, he came to us. I don't mean to brag, but we were some of the best archaeologist adventures he knew of. He had sent many people before to try and find the City of Gold, with no luck. He knew that something was stirring, and he sent us here.
And you found it.
So did you.
But if he
I
knew
wasn't-
where it was, he knew I was trying to find it. Why hasn't he tried to give me a message and tell me where the Golden City was?
I think you must misunderstand, Ollie. He didn't know where it was. No one knew where it was. Hell, I didn't even know where it was. It was Dolly that found it. And he rests his arm on his wife's shoulder. It wasn't that hard, I guess. I just followed the clues, I guess.
You would, Mom.
Eli, you have to understand that we never meant to be gone this long.
You could have said goodbye. I just woke up and you were gone.
You don't remember?
No.
Well, I guess it was our mistake for making sure that your grandma told you these things. We didn't want you to worry about us. We wanted you to just have fun as a kid for a while. We never knew we were going to be gone as long as we did.
I don't know what kind of fun there was to be had without my parents. But I guess I can understand.
We were trapped here, Eli.
So you're still trapped?
No, thanks to you guys, not anymore. When we got here, the beast at the gates was much smaller than what it was. We kind of just found our way around it. When we made our way into the city, we wanted to work with the Guardians. That was our sole purpose. That's why we came here in the first place. To find the answers that we were looking for to defeat Resilian. But time passes differently here. We stayed what we thought was a couple of months. But when we tried to leave, when the door opened again for a second time, that beast was there and it was huge. It was massive. No one from this place could make their way out. The spores were instant death towards them. We lost so many of the Denises. So they sealed the door shut and there wasn't anything we could do. We're sorry.
So just kind of like nod and wipe a bit of a tear. And then he'll ask, what does Lucius Presage want you to do? What were you supposed to do if you found it?
We didn't know until we got here. You see, the whole purpose of this place is to support the efforts to keep Thule down. If Thule was to arise again, well, it would wreak havoc on Qatar. It would tear up the landscape. Not only that, it would cause utter destruction across all of Bastia. We needed a way to be able to communicate with the outside world from here. And now that you guys are here, we might finally be able to do that.
Well, we've got to get back out there.
Why?
We have to find the other champions' weapons to keep them out of Resilian's hands. And Eli will kind of like give a side glance at Alara because it feels awkward talking about him as the enemy when he probably doesn't feel like that for Ilara.
Bruno looks towards Rhea, confused. I don't understand. Dolly now lifts your hand, the glowing sigil on it. Bruno, look. Bruno looks down towards it, and a look of pure rage enters over his face. This wasn't the deal, Rhea. This wasn't supposed to happen this way.
What are you talking about?
Your
What
mark.
deal? Yeah, what about it?
You're one of the champions now, aren't you?
I think. As far as I can tell, yeah. Is that bad? What's going on?
Who do you support?
What? What do you
Who do
mean?
you answer to, Eli?
Who's my champion? Vashante.
He again looks up to Rhea. Death. You've chosen death for our son? I do not choose which champion selects which candidate. All these years, Rhea, and this is what we get repaid with? Bruno, it was never a choice. Destiny called and your son answered.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Someone,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
someone is
There-
scrolling.
Stop scrolling, whoever it
Yeah.
is.
sorry,
Okay.
Dave. You were saying.
Bruno looks away with an angry look on his face before he turns back and gives a slight smile. Well, if it's any of us, at least it's the toughest one.
Is this a bad thing? I don't understand. What does it mean to be a champion of death?
Maybe we should talk about this later.
This group has, sorry to interject, but this
Yeah,
group
by the
has
way,
a really,
Mom, Dad,
yeah.
this is everybody.
Hi,
And I'll
I'm
introduce them
Alara.
all.
Hey.
You
So
already
nice to
know
meet you.
Ollie.
A little overwhelming,
you're
but
gonna curtsy for them.
Yeah, and she'll curtsy.
make a performance check. I'm just kidding.
It was 4 on character. Wow.
It's a pretty crappy curtsy. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah. So this group has a nasty habit of saying that we're going to talk about things later, and then like entire cities like fall, and then we don't have time to talk about things later. And typically a lot of bad things have been happening around us. So I think maybe it's best that we talk about everything that we need to talk about now.
Lara, we really appreciate you for looking after Eli, or Eli looking after you, I'd assume.
You just-
Maybe you guys can come to our place for dinner tonight.
You have a place here?
Well, yeah. Where do you think we stay this entire time?
I don't know. This has all been crazy.
Dolly and Bruno kind of look at each other with a very, very concerning, strange look. Yeah, kiddo, it might get a little stranger.
Okay.
Why?
What is going on? I thought that you guys were dead for like 10 years. And now we've got all these secrets and
No secrets. We'll tell you everything at dinner tonight. How about that? And then your mother looks at you. And you can meet your sister.
I have a sister?
Oh, sis.
Surprise.
Wow.
He's speechless. Eli's done. Eli's brain is like tapped out. He's maxed.
What's her
Wow.
name? What's her name?
Ellis.
That's cute.
Wow, you've been orphaned and your sister Ellis has just been living it up in the Golden City.
We'll kind of like give a dirty look to Trix and be like, shut up, Trix.
He's just laughing in the corner.
Of course he is.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, that tracks.
Listen,
I
there's
don't know what to say.
you don't have to say anything, Eli. We know we got a lot of explaining to you, and we'd be happy to explain it, but I think Rhea has some more things she needs to talk to y'all about.
Okay.
Seeing that Eli's speechless, Lucy will just interject and say, "We'll see you at dinner then. It's been a pleasure,
Leave my hot mom
Mr. and
alone.
Mrs. Schmooples."
All you need to do is just ask one of the Denisas to lead you to our place. We're in the residency district.
Can I use this? I'll pull out the sending stone. Because initially I think they had it. They went missing with it.
Bruno looks down and smiles. Reaching into his back pocket, pulls out the identical stone. Give us a call.
Okay.
Your parents
Eli.
just unblocked your number.
Yeah.
We're not ghosted anymore.
Bruno puts his hand on your shoulder. We're really proud of you. And we never meant
Thanks,
for it to
Dad.
go this way.
It's okay. I get it.
We'll figure this out, all right? We can be
Yeah.
a family again.
That's all I want.
Dolly gives you a kiss on the cheek and a big hug. I love you.
Love you too, Mom.
We'll see you
I'll
soon.
see you guys soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet all of you. You're all welcome for dinner, obviously.
Yeah, we're kind of a package deal at this point.
Yes, that's right.
As the two turn and head back towards the lift, they step on top of the small gold disc as it rises back upwards towards the levels above.
They'll just
Wow.
kind of watch them fade. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, wow, Eli, Grandma Schmoobles really dropped the ball on that one. She had one job.
Yeah. I don't know how that happened.
Do you want me to what maybe okay, I can't call her, but maybe if you draw a picture of her, then I could call her and we could ask her and say, "Hey, Grandma Schmooples, what happened?"
I don't know. I'm just assuming at this point maybe she's got maybe she's like batshit crazy or something. Just
Oh.
can't keep her stuff straight.
Okay.
It's canon now.
At least
Eli, I
now
think
all
yeah.
your worries you can put aside now that you know your parents are safe and alive.
Yeah, I can't
And you
tell you
have
guys
a
how this feels.
Bigger family now.
What was that,
Speak-
Shade?
It's a bigger family now.
Yeah.
Party
Well,
of four.
how do you feel about that, Eli?
I don't know. I mean, This is weird to say, but I guess I'm glad they moved on in a way.
Oh,
But it's definitely, I mean, I would never have guessed.
yeah.
Eli, I think I owe you an apology.
For what?
All the times I was saying that, that your parents are most likely dead. Good thing I didn't bet on it. But I mean, they're alive, and hey, your mom is a fox. I mean, I don't typically go for halflings, but
He's gonna interrupt you and be like, "Shut up, Lucy!" Like, shove you.
Lucy
That's my
takes 1
mom,
point of
man.
inappropriate damage.
Lucy, I
oh,
think,
man, they say rack it up.
Lucy, I think all your transformations have warped your mind a bit. Not everyone is an animal. She was clearly not a fox.
How perceptive of you, Ollie.
And
Um,
Ollie, I
on-
guess I owe you an apology. Because
Uh,
turns out you were right. I didn't know the whole story.
Apology unaccepted. It's not necessary. The evidence you were given did lead you to believe that my father was involved in your parents being missing. And we did find out that is true, although the end result wasn't a bad result.
Was a
Thanks,
sister.
Ollie. Yeah.
Shade,
Got a
are you
sister out of
gonna
it.
apologize to me because Rasulian's alive?
So he's batshit crazy, and no, not really.
I'm not surprised.
Um,
It would
I
be
did
nice
have-
if you did, though.
Shade, as you say this, your
Oh
arm
God.
suddenly just begins to get this weird feeling inside of it. An immense itch. Go ahead and roll a D100 for me.
It's a 6.
As you itch away at your arm, it doesn't seem to be enough. However, as you stroke lightly, it suddenly begins to feel better. For the next
Oh.
2 hours, you have this immense craving to be tickled.
No.
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 Okay.
Why is this punishment for the rest of us?
Then we have to deal with
It often is when you think about it. I mean, we had to look at him naked the whole
Yeah.
day.
that was fine for Alara.
I know
She
Alara
didn't
didn't
mind
mind.
All right.
Raya, I have a question for you, if I can.
Of course, Ollie.
Originally, thank you. Originally, I had the Gravedigger's spade. That was the weapon in my possession, but I gave it to Lucy. Lucy gave it to Pavo, and I believe Pavo may have given it away as well to Trix. And now I have the possession of what was an axe that I took off of the corpse of Radcliffe, and has since turned into a hammer through my dreams. I think I forged it that way. So I'm not sure who is my champion. Who is the champion that I serve?
Interesting that you dreamed of such a thing. For there's only one individual that's been ever able to manipulate any of the mortal champion's weapons. Our founder, the one who created this workshop that you see in front of you. Gibbel. And while Gibbel was not a champion himself, he was known as the Heaven Smith. His temple resides here. Perhaps you should visit it.
I believe I must. His vision is what led me to the Golden City. He's been guiding me all this way, and he's without a doubt responsible for the person that I've become today. That's great news. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Ollie. Are there no other questions for me?
I can't even think of what we need to ask.
Yeah. Is it okay if I like call you sometimes? I have this awesome spell phone thing that allows me to talk to people whenever I want to.
I'll do you one better, Alara. Why don't you come with me?
What are you doing? Don't give her the power. Don't do it. Okay.
She leads you back to the elevator, and as you begin to enter onto it, it begins to shift upwards this time. You're very welcome, Lucy. It zooms past many of the floors that you saw before, including the one that you originally approached on, and stops at what looks like the very top of the Golden Tower.
Wow.
As you exit it, directly in the center of the room burns a large green pyre. She walks you over to the front of the pyre and points downward. Below you, you see a large circle with glyphs all around it. Tell me, Alara, you are an arcane scholar yourself, are you not?
Yes.
Do you know what this is?
Does she know what this is?
I don't know. Has Alara ever been exposed to teleportation circles?
Don't. I think actually, didn't we say that Alcor and Alara used one to get somewhere, to take a boat to get to Qatar?
Sounds like the answer is vaguely.
Sure.
Vaguely.
Why not?
Dalmar also used one, so she would have seen it.
Didn't
That's
also Alos use it?
Okay. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm kind of familiar with it. I think I kind of know what it is.
I would spend some time memorizing some of the markings on the floor here.
Ooh.
Not only
Okay.
can you come talk to us, you can come visit at any time.
And we don't have to fight that crazy monster thing anymore, which is awesome. By the way, did you put that there? Is it guarding this place? Or is that something else?
Question.
No, we are unaware of where that eldritch horror came from.
Oh. Well, we took
We
care of it.
believe that, given the nature of this place, it was drawn to the energies that we seem to emit.
If you were all trapped in here, how did you know of all of our exploits? How were you keeping track of us?
We've been watching. Do you recall the panes of glass that hovered in the air when you first arrived here? Each one of them watch over one of the Guardian's tombs. Along with Alcor willing to tell us of some of your exploits, we've been following you the entire time.
So, I'm not there.
No, you're there.
I thought she just took Alara. Did Alcor know the whole time that he was one of you?
No.
Oh.
Alcor's always something of a rapscallion. His spirit resided for the last time within our vessels, and somehow he was able to find a way out, into the open world. We monitored for quite some time, but eventually he found a newborn. Something for his soul to enter into. It was there that the Illuminaries were able to find the young child and send him over to his adopted parents, also part of the Illuminaries.
Oh, he was found by Illuminaries.
Yes. A wise Aarakocra.
Oh. Oh, look at Pavo.
That's coincidental. Maybe?
What makes you say that?
I don't know. Pavel's adopted, I guess? Too? Kind of?
Wouldn't say adopted. I was just raised. I don't have a direct family that I know of.
Same like Alcor, I guess. Well, he had adoptive parents.
Pavo? You are a spitting image of him.
Okay, this is so many ridiculous.
I mentioned earlier that some of you, this is not your first time being champions. During the defeat of Thule, one of our champions were the one to defeat him and tear the flame from his chest. His name was Fenyo. He was known as the Arisen. What made him so special was, well, he was descendant of a mighty creature known as a phoenix. Upon death, he would always rise again.
I saw a vision of what you're describing.
A past life.
Are you saying that Vision and I are connected?
I'm saying that you and Fenyon are the same person.
I am the egg in the vision?
Perhaps you
How
have
can-
many questions to ask at your monastery. But yes, you have always been a champion. You will always be a champion, in this life or the next.
How come I didn't feel this before I touched the crystal of Thule?
Perhaps you have not accepted it yet.
Pavo, that's badass.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know what to say. It's just kind of a lot to take. So the monks have been watching over me this entire time as a protection until I was called, per se.
Questions that I'm not in the right to answer. Perhaps that's something you should seek out at your temple.
That That explains why I've never had family.
She smiles and looks around. I don't know. Seems like you have a whole lot of family here.
Oh, I like you a lot.
I look at Lucy's beard.
Wow,
Alara, can I
Phoenix,
just-
Pavo, amazing.
That is something. Yes, I don't know how to. That is something I'm going to have to meditate on very deeply, and hopefully my monastery can give me some more answers, because this is overwhelming.
I can understand.
But I am concerned that with us collecting all of these keys that potentially could wake Thule, by bringing them together, doesn't that increase the danger of somebody getting their hands on these to succeed? Shouldn't the keys be better off lost?
Good point.
You're not wrong.
I mean, if the same thing that happened to me is going to happen to everybody, you are the key. You fuse with the weapon.
In some
They have to
cases,
get
quite
through you
literally.
first. Right. And he'll like make his daggers disappear and reappear at will.
Speaking
just-
of,
Throw my mace in the air and catch it and smile.
Nice.
I mean, these
Speaking
wings
of-
fit properly, and I did see the other champion in I guess myself in the vision wearing them, but I haven't really felt a complete connection with them.
Perhaps there's something that's blocking. Now that you know, knowing is only half the battle.
That's true.
You must accept what you are, Pavo. Whatever form it takes.
Rhea, I've been wondering, is there any way further to communicate with the other champions, past champions?
Kagalis in particular.
Well, the best option is to visit their tombs. They will make
It's
themselves
unfortunately
known if
not
they
an
want.
option.
Why
Not
do you
anymore.
Why do you need to talk to them, Lucy?
Well, in the same way that Pavo doesn't feel connected, or however which way he feels, I don't know what it means to be the fate breaker.
Maybe that's part of your journey, though.
A hint would be nice.
I could try
Maybe I
calling.
can teach you the art of meditation, and we can both go on our own individual journeys together to help each other out.
Lucy
Ooh, spirit quest.
meditating.
Ooh.
I'd like that, Pavo.
Just keep your magic in check, please.
I'll do my best.
Oh,
Lucy,
I have
if-
a question.
Before you ask your question, Alara, might I offer some words of advice towards Lucy?
Yeah, be my guest.
Being a champion isn't about who you are. It's about what you do.
I suppose the right thing to say here is, and he'll look over to Pavo, I'll meditate on your wise words.
I'm sorry, Alara, you were saying.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, but I just wanted to confirm, and she'll pull out her necklace. Does this mean that like time isn't really moving here right now? Because my necklace is frozen. That's sort of weird for me.
Time works in many ways. It can move forward, it can move backwards, it can move side to side. Here it moves in all directions. Some grow young, some grow old. Some don't change at all.
Interesting. Okay. Anything else I should know about this necklace? It was Resilience.
Well, best you ask him yourself then.
Yeah. I tried calling him. He didn't answer though. But maybe now he will, now that I know.
Perhaps. I wish you the best of luck with that. But I can tell you those necklaces don't originate from here.
Where do they come from?
A question for your old teacher.
Okay.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are some things I need to attend to, and the day grows long.
Yep. That's it for me.
Yeah.
You've
For
been
now.
very helpful. Thank you.
Just so I say it, I'm gonna take down the teleportation circle sigils so that I have them.
Okay. Spending 10 minutes, you begin to etch them within your spellbook. Already, Gaia has moved on, leaving you with the last words of ensuring that you ask Denisa where to go next in terms of your mission or where you would like to go. Standing over at the lift, you see a Denisa standing there waiting idly, waiting for you.
Excuse me.
I mean,
Could you take us to the residential district? Is what it was called.
I believe we
There's-
have a dinner date.
Yeah, to the Schmooples household.
Yeah, I guess so.
That'll be very nice to meet your entire family.
Holy shit, guys.
and then if you guys don't mind, I'd like to take a stop at the temple for Gibbel.
Well, what time is it? Is it dinner time? Alara?
Alara checks her non-watch, her magical life abilities.
Alara checks her magical life abilities.
Yeah, Lara checks her palm.
Yeah, magical life partner.
Alara, you don't know.
So, weird
Oh,
thing.
true.
I can't really get a good grasp on what time it is here because I think like what she was saying is that it's all times. All times are happening right now. So I don't know.
Do your stomachs not know when it's dinner time?
Well, we're each in our own time, I think. That's what I got from it. So you can I'm still getting hungry.
So are we having breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Dinner.
Yes.
Yes.
Good
Yeah,
answer,
I like
Bravo.
Bravo.
Good answer.
I like you.
Typically, you all eat breakfast at the same time, you eat lunch at the same time, and you have dinner
Mhm.
at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
What's the last meal you guys had?
I'll look at Denisa and I'll ask, when's dinner time?
Few hours from now.
How do we know what time it is?
I don't understand the question.
How do we know when it's time for dinner?
When you feel hungry.
Okay.
See, this was my confusion as well.
So is there
It
a
sounds
concept
like-
of time like morning, afternoon, and night in this place, or is it just a matter of your own personal schedules?
You sleep when you sleep, you eat when you eat.
Does the
Eli.
lighting change?
If you
Does
want
it get
to.
darker to sleep?
It grows
don't
dark
think it
within the
matters.
tower itself. Not to the outside.
Eli, you have this sending stone, right? Your father said you can just call him. So why don't you call him and ask him when he expects us for dinner?
Okay. Yeah, I guess I could. And he's gonna pull out the sending stone, and he's gonna be kind of awkward about it because, like, he just thought his parents were dead for like 10 years. And I also feel like Eli would be the type of kid that like doesn't want to call the dentist to schedule their own appointments. Like, he doesn't like the phone, so he'll like take it out and kind of look at it, and he'll be like, "Hello,
Would you save his name as in the contacts?
Dad," with a heart.
Well, we've got a couple of hours before we can go ahead and make dinner for you guys. If you're welcome to stop by here if you want and hang out if there's nothing else you have to do.
I don't know. We might stop by Gibbel's temple. So
Well,
I guess we'll
that's-
see you in a few hours.
No, absolutely. Whenever you think is best, son. By all means.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Bye, Dad.
You don't hear any kind of response.
That's so nice that you can say so many words. It's so hard for me when I call other people and I only have so many words.
Well, you could use sending stone too, and then you'd have all the words you want. Anyway, Ollie, it looks like we have some time.
Great. So can we go to the Temple of Gibbel?
Yeah.
Sure.
As you all make your way towards the lift once more, leading you downward, just a very quick thank you for Geeky Inc. for the raid. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate you being here, very much so.
Okay. Off we go.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. And to all those raiding, we're in a very spellbinding episode today. We're glad that you were able to join us.
We also have a giveaway.
Yeah,
Enter
we have
the
a giveaway
giveaway.
going.
Oh yeah.
Partnered
Yes, we
with
do
Mithril
have the
Armory.
giveaway as well. Back on track, folks.
Okay.
As you continue to make your way down the lift into the lower recesses of the Golden Tower, you find yourself stopping once again. As you do, you step out of the lift proper, and as you do, you see a massive temple that resides directly in front of you. Ollie, you would recognize this temple immediately from the visions that you've had in the past. This is the Temple of Gibbel itself.
Wow.
This is
Ollie, how do you feel?
incredible. I mean, I feel like this is the place where I can get so many answers. Let's proceed.
Okay.
Let's do it. Do you want us to wait outside, or?
Is this something you would like to do alone, or would you like us there to accompany you?
Gibbel recently talked to me and he said to trust my allies and to share with them and just I feel like you guys should be with me for this.
It'll be an honor.
I like that.
Okay. Let's go.
As you all begin to leave the lift, walking up to the archways that lead into the massive cathedral that stands in front of you, gold trim all around the archways, intricate designs built directly into the doorway itself. As you enter through the front doorway, you hear a symphony call out from all around you, as if beautiful angels seem to grace your presence and fill your ears. A few matrons seem to stand off to the side and greet you as you come in, giving a graceful bow towards you. One individual walks forward, a warforged. She gives the best nod she can and bows towards Ollie.
Gonna reciprocate that bow.
We have been waiting for you, Acolyte.
I've been waiting for this moment as well. And before I proceed further into the temple, I'm just going to take my weapons and just place them to the side of the temple.
Okay. Please, step forward.
I will.
As you begin to walk forward, your companions seem to instinctively follow along with you, but the matron holds her arm out. This is only for he.
Okay.
Nod respectfully and back up.
Alara will
Sorry,
curtsy.
everyone. I'll only be a moment.
Good
Take
luck,
your time.
Ollie.
We're with you in spirit.
As you're led into another room, you immediately recognize this place. The same from your dream. A massive forge stands in front of you, ever burning brightly. The same anvil, almost like an altar that stands in between your way and the forge. The matron looks towards you. Do you understand what you must do, Oliver?
Not necessarily. What is required of me?
To become what you must become, you must change yourself.
Do you need me to lay on the forge?
You must enter the forge yourself, Oliver.
What? I'm sorry.
If this is what Gibbel wants of me, then I will proceed.
He has spoken to you in the past, has he not?
He has, and I am very well aware of his origins in Qatar, and that this is in fact his temple. And he's led me this far, and I trust his guidance. So I'll trust him now.
May Gibbel be with you.
And also with you.
As you approach the forge proper, similar to the dream that you once had, The gaping mouth of the forge seems to open up upon your entrance toward it. Billowing fires rip through like that of a sun itself as it burns deeply inside, almost like the air is on fire itself.
I'm gonna grab my holy relic full of faith and just proceed forward.
As the flames billow out, you walk into the forge itself.
I place Fidget away from myself. And I proceed into the forge.
The mouth of the forge instinctively closes around Ollie, shutting tight. As the rest of you stand outside, you look around this cathedral, taking in its grace and its beauty. Beautiful towers and cobbles of gold all around you, pillars that reach up to the heavens almost itself. As you begin to look around further, the matrons take no notice of you as they continue on with their day. Suddenly, you hear a loud scream of pain echo out. But not
What
of
the hell was
Ollie.
that?
Ollie?
The sound did not come from Ollie's lips. It came from Trix's. As you spin around to look at Trix, you see as she begins to pull apart into little pieces of light once more. You've seen this once before, as she's painfully ripped from your presence into the bottle itself.
What the hell just happened?
Oh,
I think
Tricks!
there was also a sound effect that happened with that.
oh my gosh, Trey!
Oh, not right now.
Shit! Oh my gosh, how did we get her out of there? What happened? That looked really painful. No? Should we be worried? She does
I'm
go in there a
worried.
lot.
She
Okay.
just disintegrated. Tricks!
Tricks!
Can I hear them? I mean, normally I can
Tricks?
hear inside there, but
You hear nothing as you're pulled into the darkness of the bottle itself.
Oh my god.
You find
rubbing the bottle.
That's how this works, right?
I don't
you
know.
find footing as you land. And as you do, a familiar voice rings out. But that, my friends,
No.
No! No!
Dirty dog.
Wow.
is a
I'll be
story
locked in that forge for a week. God damn.
for another
Guys.
evening.
3 cliffhangers he left us with. 3 cliffhangers.
So many.
Okay? He
So
left
many.
Ollie,
Oh my god.
and now Tricks.
Oh
You know
my
how much that
gosh.
blows? This much.
Oh my god. Hi, all new people. There's so many new people.
For all of the new
Oh
followers,
my
thank you so much for
gosh.
following. We typically do this. I like to leave my players hanging on a thread. You'll get used to the faces that they make if you come along for the ride.
On the hype train as well.
Yeah.
Which is
On our Discord. Come hang out with us on Discord.
Yeah, come say hey.
But with that said, everyone, we do have a giveaway happening tonight.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Our second, in particular, for the evening. If you're not already following, follow along and hit the command ! Mark, and you could win a very beautiful, fancy set of dice yourself. I'll give you guys a brief moment to be able to go ahead and add that command as you see fit.
I'm literally just gonna be like this for the next week, waiting for you to tell me what happened to Holly.
It's gonna be 2 weeks.
Malapupper, yes, to answer
Oh,
answer
shoot.
your question, yes, absolutely. We do this every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We have an art stream that happens tomorrow night at the same time, and then we do a world building show on Sunday. And welcome to the Tripper family, might I say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for the gifted subs, Fallen One.
Yes, Fallen One.
Yes.
Thank you. Glad for you to be here. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. It is absolutely fantastic. Thank you kindly. And welcome as well to the Tripper family.
And next week is our 1-year anniversary on Tuesday.
Right. So you guys aren't going to know what happens to Trix and Ollie until 2 weeks from today.
But the anniversary
my
stream
God.
would be good because it'll have a bunch of like our old moments, so you can kind of like
Yes.
get filled in for our new people.
Oh, it's going to be
Yeah.
so much fun. We have
It
so
is.
many giveaways. We have so many clips that we're going to share with you guys. We have community awards that we're going to do. We have a super special other surprise. There's so many
Oh,
fun
God.
things that are going to, I know.
And if you don't have a way to get there, you could take the level 4 hype train. But I've heard that if you take the level 5 hype train, it goes a bit faster, but we don't know if that's gonna happen. We'll keep you posted. If there's a level 5 hype train available, we'll book the tickets for you guys.
No. We're really happy to have y'all here. We appreciate all the support so much, but we just want to make sure that you're having a good time and seeing a side of D&D that you don't get to see very often. We're just happy to have you here. All the donations and stuff, that's not necessarily, but so much appreciated. Thank you very, very much, all of you.
Giveaway number 2. We got another giveaway.
Oh my god.
Oh
Giveaway number 2.
gosh.
Giveaway number
Man,
2.
next week's gonna come fast on
Oh
this
my
train.
gosh.
Wow.
Thank you,
Level
Crimson. Thank you,
Costa.
Costa.
Crimson.
Costa,
You are all
Crimson.
amazing.
Oh gosh.
I might have to do a crotch speech tomorrow just for this.
I feel
I
like
mean, that might be
it's-
happening. We might have to do a
Yeah.
crotch
Required.
speech tomorrow.
Put it in your calendar. Crotch speech. 8 p.m.
8 p.m. You don't want to miss that one, folks. Maybe you do. I don't know. We'll see. But with that said, why don't we go ahead and give our final giveaway for the evening, shall we, folks?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Woo!
Do it.
Give it away.
Good luck,
Can
everyone.
I
now.
please have a drum roll?
To buy Mithril Armory. Mithril Armory.
Mithril Armory.
And the giveaway for the evening, let me hit this little button here, is okay. Fantastic! One of our new followers actually has so graciously won the gift. Keely Lionheart, if you're out there, you have just won yourself a beautiful tin D10. This is something from one of our
D20.
partners.
D20.
D20. That's the word I was
D20.
looking for. This is brought to us by Mithril Armory, who is a partner of ours just recently. If you haven't checked them out before, they're actually part of the Realmsmith family, which you may or may not have heard of on Twitch before. They have been so gracious to partner with us, and we're going to be doing a ton of giveaways with them over the next couple weeks. So congratulations to Keely Lionheart. We'll be reaching out to you directly to get all of that set up for you.
Also, if you go to their website, we have a command that I think we put together for this
Yep.
stream. If
Thanks,
you
Holson.
Did we?
check
Did
out,
we do that?
yeah, thank you, Holson.
Yep,
Holson
thanks,
did that for us.
Holson did that? I didn't even know he could.
Yes.
Holson did
Fantastic.
that.
Yep. If you go to their website and you check out all their products, you can use the code CAREFUL and you'll get 10% off. If you want. They have
That
a lot
website
of
is
cool
They
stuff.
have so much cool stuff. That website is dangerous.
It is.
Dangerous. Their Instagram page too.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's too much. But
It is too much.
while we leave for the evening, we're going to go ahead and raid some friends of ours. Some good friends that I've just noticed are streaming right now. Big Tilly over at Hops and Dragons. A wonderful, wonderful D&D podcast. One of the best that I found on the internet. Amazing, amazing individuals. Make sure to follow them and do us a favor and give them a hashtag CC Love Raid. Because that's what we're doing. We're trying to bypass all of the hate raids out there and start our own little love raids. But before I leave you, I beg of all of the adventurers out there, one word of caution. Whether you're in the City of Gold, whether you've just walked into the fires itself, be careful out there. You can trip. We'll see y'all in the next one, guys. Take care.
Bye, y'all.
Love you.